Sell broke Lucy here. You know, been just another guy with a tiny reputation. I rack my brain every day looking for how can we get through to the mass of humanity that remains asleep over climate change. I wrote something on Facebook a minute ago. You know, a lot of the blood's on the hands of people who have come up with conspiracy theories that turn out to be conspiracy theories that are bullshit for political reasons. And then after decades, the mass gets to know it's bullshit, so they just tune them all out if it sounds radical. Well, there is nothing that's radical enough to fight our climate crisis right now. Bernie is as radical as it gets, and he knows he's only tipping his big toe into the water making that kind of wave. My hope is that when he's elected, he dives off the cliff, hits that pond, and makes waves for years. Here's why no one else deserves the presidency, and this is why we deserve Bernie, if you'll wake up. You look at Elizabeth Warren, the one who's closest to him. Closest. She's still mealy-mouthing, working around with some Wall Street types. She hadn't put her toe in the lake, really. She's cast a shadow over the lake. Oh, there's Elizabeth Warren. She's good as Bernie. There isn't a candidate. Not a single goddamn one trying to surpass Bernie in his ideas and policies. I read on climate change every fucking day. And it is horrifying. There is a really good chance that by the time my granddaughter's 35, she's going to face misery. Your granddaughters, children, if you have children now, when they're 35, by 2050, civilization's going to be collapsing. 10 more years, 20 more years after that, it'll be a pure fight to survive. There is nothing too radical. There are no words that are serious enough on climate change. It's not a fucking conspiracy. It makes headlines all over the world every day. And we in America are stuck right now. They're stuck. We're stuck. I just ripped my goddamn the DCCC a new asshole by email, and Joe Biden. The DCCC is the enemy to the people. Joe Biden's the enemy to the goddamn people. It's the weak-ass motherfuckers that are still supporting Biden. Don't have the balls to speak up and try to save humanity. Words matter. Words are all we have. Words. Words are what makes our laws. Words. I'm old and retired. Disability. I can't go to work, in a place making solar panels. That would be how I become active. Sadly, we're at a point where each individual doesn't even make a part of a way. You got to reach out and grab 20,000 individuals in each direction and jump in to make a way. The best that we can do is go vegetarian. That's where I'm at, so I can't preach vegan. Although I still eat cheese. But what they do to the cows is horrifying. And this thing going to get to me. Then I'll have to ask myself for forgiveness for why it took so long. But I'm a vegetarian. I can't eat meat. I can't even eat fish anymore. We can do that. We can conserve fuel. Stop driving across the country in vehicles that burn a lot of fuel. We don't need to fly around the globe to operate. That didn't happen in 1920. That's only 100 years ago. We got radar, baby, or that's what us old-timers called radar. That's the cyber wave. We can communicate because words are all that matter. And then signatures. To take the words and put them on paper and make them law. The law that has to be made as soon as possible, the words that are put on paper, is to shut down the fossil fuel plants now. If we shut them down today, July 1st, 2018, today, we have a chance of stopping a 1.5 or 2 degrees Fahrenheit temperature rise. I think they made it to 2075 now instead of 2100. We're fucked, man. We are fucked. And I can talk about it good because the heat affects me bad. 1994, I was coming off one of my main drunks. And I was determined not to go in another detox facility. I'd done worn out by then. And I went and put up hay for my ex-wife. She had a horse that I left her in a divorce. And I went up and put up hay 7 days straight. 90. It didn't get below 90 by 8:30 in the evening. That's a week that 700 people died in Chicago. Might not have been 94, might have been 92, I think it was 94. I had a heat stroke, a bad heat stroke. I was breaking out in shivers in the middle of the day. And since then I hadn't been able to tolerate heat. But yesterday's a good example. It got up to 92 here. And I know India wishes they had 92. A whole lot of the country wishes they had 92 right now. But for me, it was an oven. Today, back down to 87. That 5 degrees is the difference between feeling like hell, not wanting to live for me, and feeling decent. People say, what's a degree? Water is ice at 32 degrees. What's a degree? What happens at 33? There you go. There's no way to get serious enough about climate change. I am not radical. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. It is my job to try to pull the complacent, the apathetic, the cowardly, the fearful, the mentally lazy, to wake up the mentally lazy enough, just enough to vote right. Because it's got to be government that shuts down power plants and replaces them with solar energy. It has to be done on mass scale. I read where Warren Buffett and a Walmart heir contributed so many billions to charity. I applaud that. 9 billion between them or something like that. Great. They didn't give any to climate change. While there was a celebrity, West Coast celebrity, David Gilmour of Pink Floyd, auctioned off all these guitars, got $21 million, and gave it all to one single organization that's battling climate change. Those are people who care. I need to say more about this. And as stuff comes to me, not just rambling on, I try to do something every day before, and that's just not me. I gotta wait till I think I have something to say that might matter. Like that you tell somebody and they tell 2 people. That's been my philosophy since I saw that hair commercial back in the 70s. Something like that. Anyway, wake the fuck up and stop using the word woke. It don't apply if you're only awake about racism, women's rights, or any other single issue. You ain't awake. You're fooling yourself. You're not awake until you realize that not a goddamned single policy makes a flying fuck if climate change isn't taken care of. Wages, of course, the economy has to change to fight climate change. So that is one thing. That you change your wages, you change the economic system, you're going to be fighting climate change at the same time. Equality is out the goddamn window. So we all want to go away in 50 years equal? Equality is important. But any candidate who's putting that as their fucking top shelf priority is the death of the country, death of humanity. There's no one else that's qualified to surpass Bernie right now. I want it to happen. I really do. Later. Love you.